Okay, let's begin. Good evening, everybody. Happy Tuesday to you all. And praise be the spiral. Oh my god. Oh, let's get some cider on the go. Hope you're all doing well tonight. Just want to thank you to everybody who's sent in competition entries already. Really appreciate it. I think we've got about 9 or 10 entries so far. Might be 10 actually. And I know there's a few people still kind of working on that. He's still got a couple of days left, and closing is 9:30 on Saturday. So you've still got 48 hours to finish it. Just zipping mine up now. Yeah, all right. Sure, Sean. Oh, Steps. Wow. Hey, Steps. Probably not for mine. Still borrowing laptop. Oh, no. Okay, cool. Grade B. Oh, grade B just means it's been returned, or it's either been returned and there's nothing wrong with it, like somebody's just the 30-day no questions that money back guarantee sort of thing, or that the box is damaged, or there's some slight cosmetic damage on the device, or it was like I think grade B also includes display uh items as well. So if it's been on display as well, they grade B usually means it's smashed out. It doesn't. I bought this case as grade B, and the only thing wrong with it was one of the feet was a bit scuffed, and you never see the feet anyway, so it's kind of pointless. Yeah. Anyway, welcome everybody. I hope you're doing well. I keep my 1,000 cycle secret until tomorrow evening. uh, so I finished the verifying tool off today. I was messing. Oh no, I haven't quite finished it because I put the checksum stuff in. Um, Thank you very much for the resub, Teuton, is appreciated. I think it's time to change my subs. I think somebody posted the Fruit Gum Company. I can't remember who it was, but I probably will use that. Yeah, so I might do them soon. So, um, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I've almost finished the verification tool. It's verifying the mirroring properly now, including the alternate Petsky characters. So like there's an alternate space character, for instance, which is perfectly valid. And it reports if anything's wrong, and it will highlight what's wrong, which is really good. Um, and I started doing the checksum stuff today. I'm not happy with the way the checksum thing is working. I may just leave it out and trust you guys, and just check the winning entry, just to make sure, to double check. But I kind of trust you guys not to mess around too much. But it may still go in yet. I don't know. So yes, trust. um, the thing to note is that very little of the original code has changed. I've just hooked into it, so there's a few. For instance, the call to your code has moved to somewhere else. But other than that, most of the original code is exactly the same as it was before. So, and in the same place, so you can rely on the tables being in the right place and stuff. So, okay. So tonight we're going to do Cecconoid. We've not done it for a while, so I need to just have a quick look at what needs doing. I think the idea was probably going to be to do the turrets. Now there is two or maybe three types of turrets to do, um, of increasing complexity. So the ones we've actually got in at the moment are the most complex ones. Uh, and then there's two others which are just more like static kind of cannons, really. But the one turret has got like a kind of pointer which follows you as you move around the screen. So we're going to have to make a arctangent table or something to deal with that. So for those who don't know about arctangents, you use arctangents to take a y and an x value and return an angle. So we'll be doing that. Yeah, I'll start the race. Let me give you your points. However, what I was thinking is maybe tonight we'll start just by having a quick look at what we've already got, and just tidying up any bugs that are there as a way to get back into things. Um, uh, the race on. I'll put the race on 20 minutes. No, yeah, 20 minutes is fine. I think 20 minutes seems to be the kind of the right time for this. Hey, I come in. Steps lost to 10,000. He lost all the 10,000 straight away. Oh, that's not a bad guess actually. Mystical duck. I'm not even sure what that is. Is that Frontier? Oh, that's. I should maybe make that accept a few different things there. Yeah, I'll change that to accept both because that's kind of not fair, really. That should accept Frontier, Frontier Elite 2, Elite Frontier, uh, or Elite 2. I think they should accept them all, really. So sorry about that. You do get the odd one like that. The funny thing about that is Sean was talking about the few games that you would know, old games, and Elite was one of them. And it's literally the next game that came up was Elite. Something different. Uh, which one is it? Is it that one? I don't remember which one it is now. It's that one, isn't it? So it would have accepted Elite 2, Frontier, and Frontier Elite 2. I guess. I mean, in a way, I guess it is kind of correct because it's not Elite; it's Elite 2. But yeah, I'll put that in for next time. But yeah, unfortunately, it wasn't the first Elite, so you wouldn't have got that. Thing is, when you said it and I looked at the picture, I thought, bloody hell, that's a good guess. That actually does look like that. Would Elite 2 Frontier been that saved? Oh, good point. Why have I got Dark Cosmos open? Uh, no, it would not actually. So let's put that in as well. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Duck said Elite Frontier. I've just added that in now as a answer. There's the problem with the system is that it's auto generated. All the game names are all the game answers are auto generated from the names of the images. And then what I do is I glance through lemmings. Yeah, can you add that too? I glance through and see if there's anything that sticks out as in need of kind of additional stuff, and sometimes I just miss things or I don't think of all instances. It looked like I'd thought of some but not all of them. Oh wow, we've got 4 people on the AMK table points table now. It's pretty awesome. Okay, the other thing I'd like to maybe do tonight as well is try and get the debugging working properly. So maybe we can figure that out tonight. Maybe tonight we'll tweak some things and just get the workflow working a little bit better and that. Oh, steps. You've been away too long. It's everyone wants to duel you immediately. And you're just losing the whole time as well. Oh man. Okay, right. So let's see if first of all if this will actually run. It's been 3 weeks since we touched this. Okay, so it is running. So the problem we've got is that it's not generating the right files, I don't think. So let's just have a look what it is actually generating. So it is creating a debug file with the source files in it and some block information. Okay, but none of this is. I want to compare this to, say, Pick and Mix, because Pick and Mix has got actual debug files in. So let me just run that a second. I just want to see the difference between the two. It's a good idea to get this all going. I can give you a heads up. Next month will be another game making challenge for the Mega 65. I mean, I don't care if you know 2 days early. That's absolutely fine. But not in basic. No, this time. It's going to be assembly. It's going to be ASM, and it's going to have to run in Mega 65 mode. So same way that you had to have the game run in Mega 65 basic, this has to run in Mega 65 mode. So you can't just write something in 6502 or 6510 even that just runs in the Commodore mode. It has to run in the Mega 65 mode. I'm going to do on any game you want. Yeah, anything at all. It doesn't really matter. It just needs to be uh, reasonably reasonably decent sized game. What I'm going to do is on Saturday. I'm going to go through the entries for the competition and verify them and calculate the winner on stream. We may quickly go through the code for the fastest, the best kind of result, the best MCB result. I'm not going to go through them all. I may not even go through that one. Depends on how long it takes, because I've got a lot to do on Saturday. What I probably will end up doing straight after the competition is over. Is announce the next competition and then do the second half of the Saturday stream doing a mega introduction to writing Mega 65 code. So how to launch the emulator. I'll make sure everybody. Well, I'll assume you have the emulator installed because you've all done this before for the basic stuff. I don't want to waste too much time doing that, but I'll show you how to launch the emulator. I'll show you how to assume. Yeah, that's the one. I'll show you how to set up some very very basic things like setting up an interrupt, even though interrupts are pretty much the same. But I'll show you how to kind of do the initial setup and explain some things as well, like where the code starts, like where the basic entry point is, and kind of where you can write and where you can't write and stuff, and some instructions like how to use the Z register and stuff. Thank you for the follow, Sam Spiel. Sam Spiol. Thank you very much. All right, so actually, Sean, you've not seen this game. I said you said you'd not seen this, so let me quickly show you. So it is a two-player game. This is in just in one-player mode, but yeah, it's you have to run around eating these things, basically. Ah, balls. Uh, really needs two players to show the most of it. Damn it. Anyway, the only reason I've loaded that up is that we can uh, take a look at the bin folder here. Okay, so this is a debug file for that game. It does have all the blocks in. Okay, so maybe the issue is because of the locations, right? So all of these things. Oh, actually, no, they should still be in the right places. Some stuff is in a weird place because it's in weird code blocks, but there should be things that are okay and do display properly. So, all right, let's just have a look at the debugger version of this. Oh my god, come on. If you want to see the game properly, Sean, I would recommend just kind of looking at one of the Saturday stream videos. It really hasn't been an awful lot changed on it in a while, but you'll see like the crown and stuff like that. So we're talking about the crown bonus and things. Oops, didn't need to do that. Okay, so it's working in there. Why is it not loading in here then? Why can't I see it? Oh, because I'm in the wrong folder. That's why. God damn it. So the problem is we're not seeing any labels in here at all, or any source code. Oh God, that was. Oh no. Oh Jesus. Uh, Look cool for a few moments. Yeah, I mean it's really meant for two players. It's hard to kind of get a feel for what the game is going to be like. Even I mean I still don't really know myself what it's going to feel like until we play it properly. Why is my keyboard not switching into the right mode? What's going on there? Let me just unplug my keyboard again. Thank you for the follow, Hamster 1911. Welcome to the stream. There we go. Oh my god, it's so warm in this room. See, look, no source code, no labels, breakpoints don't work. So the problem is because it's all kind of running from cartridge, so it's very, very difficult to make this anything other than a cart because of the way it loads stuff in. Which means even though we have these files, I think I might have to leave this. I'm not going to do this now. I need to do some research on this. I think the problem is we have all these blocks, but you can see, look, the memory addresses are really high. They're not in the low area down here where they should be, and all the labels. So I think this is all the source code mapping, right? And all the labels likewise are in weird places. So maybe if I go to like 4,000, I would see that. Let's just have a look, see if that happens. If I go to, no, see, I'm still not seeing the labels. It just doesn't want to load them in at all. Okay, not to worry. Not to worry. It just makes it a bit easier if I can debug in there. Okay, so in that case, let's just have a look at some other bugs, see if there is anything. So this is all good. The fresh up there was. Oh, okay, cool. Did you count how much food, by the way? Sorry, we're talking Valheim here now. So I set up a dedicated server today for it. So we just wondered if dedicated servers, the worlds on dedicated servers kept going if nobody was online, or if they paused. It looks like they pause. Check how much food is there, Sean, and then next time we go on, we can see if the same amount of food is there, or if they've eaten it. I mean, you would expect the food to run out basically, but I'm hoping it pauses because otherwise it's going to be impossible to keep up with feeding those fucking things. Um, okay. So there's one thing we need to do. We do need to do the collision of this against here. We need to do doors on here as well. Okay, so there's two things straight away we need to add. There's the swarm in here, which has a few glitches in it, which is probably just related to the number. Okay, so I think maybe the glitches we can fix first. That's a definite source of kind of problems. So that's one. There's also these beams that go across here. So there's like a blocking beam that's animated that goes across here. So we can do that at some point. See, we've got quite a lot to do already. So this room seems pretty good, actually. There's nothing in this room is broken. Everything's behaving as it should do. I think I can swipe them through here. Yeah, okay, that's good. Yeah, so that's behaving correctly. So this room has a door here that closes, and then you have like a Robotron style kind of level in here where you have to shoot everything. So that's a whole section we can do at some point. There's no problem in doing that as well because this room is kind of isolated. Okay, cool. Okay, good. All right, cool. I'm gonna check that out again later on, actually, just to make sure that the numbers are correct. So these are the turrets I was on about. This is the turrets that Andy suggested we do next. So in the game, in the original game, there's like a little dot that sits on top of the turret, and as you move, it follows you around the screen. So they point towards you. So if I'm here, the turret would have a dot here and a dot here, and then a dot here and a dot here, and as you move, those follow you around the screen. So in order to do that, we need to use arctangent. So arctangent will take your x and your y, uh, and it will actually you divide y by x, and then take the arctangent, which will give you the angle that you need. So we can use that to work out where to display it. But the easiest way to do this is with a table. So we work out like a maximum range, say 10 character squares in either direction, and then we only need to do 1/4 of it, right? So we do 10 in this direction, 10 in this direction. So that gives us 100 possible combinations. So 10 by 10 gives us a grid of 100 places that we can be, and then you work out the angle for that particular position, and then you just mirror it in all four directions, rather than try and work out an arc tangent in assembly. It'd be way too slow. So I mean, you could do it, but it would be very slow. So and certainly not something we can do every frame. Oh, what's that? Oh, it's missing the ring pull. God damn it! Pulled the ring pull off, and it feels weird drinking from it now. Hey, Zappy. Hey, old school coder as well. How you doing? uh, oi, oi, Savaloy. Yeah. Okay, so there is quite a lot we can be doing. Oh, there's also the death routine. We don't have a death. So the board has gone red because I've hit something. Um, and there's also a partial masking as well. So we've got a masking routine already for the hidden areas, but there's a need for a partial masking as well, which will mask when the boundary is less than the size of the player in either direction, and these kind of posts are one. Then there's the beams again here, two more turrets here. I think that's about it, really. The rest is kind of not really ready for stuff. So let's go back to the first screen. Let's have a think about what we can do first. We're going to do this. This is what we're going to do first. So you see the glitching all over the show here. Um, so we'll sort this out because it looks a mess. So we'll start by just tweaking some values. See, we can't figure out why it's flashing like that. It's probably just due to too much going on in the multiplexer, or the padding is too little in the multiplexer. So we'll take a quick look at that. So this is our multiplexer code. I'm going to move that over here. Probably not an awful lot to do directly in that. It's probably going to be more about the constants in here, and possibly some table stuff. I know actually there is nothing in the tables. I'll keep them open there anyway. Okay, so multiplexer stuff is here. We've got some padding in here. I need to play around with this padding first, because increases the number, reduces the number of raster splits, but increases the chance of glitching in tight Y formations. Okay, so with this really low, like 1, I think it has to be at least 1. We might get rid of the glitch in there. So let's give that a try. Here, Diogo commits. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Um, Why is that not loading? Oh, it helps if I'm on the right file. Really need to set my my make file up so it works. So it just jumps to the right folder straight away and runs it. It would not be hard to do actually. Let me do that quickly because I should just, in theory, be able to do this, and it will. Why am I even turning echo on? I mean, that's should be on by default, I think, isn't it? You'd have to turn it off. I think that will now work from any folders. So I go in here and do that. Oh no, because it's looking for the make file in there. Okay, so that's all right. Oh well. Valid extra token. Oh, if I added in somewhere. Go. Echo Beach. All right, let's give this a try. Oops. So I might make it spawn on the right screen as well. So screen 8, because this is going to get tedious. Keep going over to here. Oh yeah, and there you go. The padding actually fixes it. So it's right what it says. Obviously, this is classed as quite a tight formation. Thank you, Andy, for the host. Appreciate it, man. Also, the animation seems kind of slow. See how it's quite jerky? I'm going to try and speed them up a little bit. Okay, but that was an easy fix. So the reason why that's happening is what this padding is. I'll try and explain this now. Um, so there's two types of padding. The first padding here is um, how soon before a sprite should be displayed should the IRQ be set. So if a sprite needs to be displayed at line 100, then a padding of 4 says that actually you need to set the IRQ at line 96. Um, there's a reason for setting them so early, and that's bad lines can cause an issue. So you need at least 1 or 2 lines of padding anyway. But also, if you've got like lots of sprites to display on the same line, you want to leave enough time to display all of them on the same line. Otherwise, you're going to end up with the last few flickering all over the place. So by adding a larger padding area, you kind of um, allow kind of more time for that to happen. The second padding is the direct padding. This padding is to do with when a sprite has been drawn and the next one needs to be drawn, it will look at the raster IRQ. So it will say you've got one at line 100 and one at line 101. What this will do is it will say, okay, so my IRQ is at 96 for this one and 97 at the other one because the multiplex padding is on 4, so it takes 4 of them. So 96 and 97. When I finish drawing this one, take the current raster line that I'm on, which would be 96 or 97, and compare it to the next raster that I need, so 97. And if it's less than this direct padding, don't set an IRQ up, just immediately draw it. So this allows you to thank you very much for the resub, Doctor. Appreciate it. Cheers. This allows you to start drawing the next sprite if it's close enough, rather than make it trigger another IRQ. Because if you trigger another IRQ, it could end up flickering. So obviously, increasing that number means that if there's a one line gap between sprites at the moment, that's the only time it will just reuse the same IRQ. If it's more than one, it'll create a new IRQ for every sprite. So obviously increasing that number means you will get more raster splits, but with it also means you will get more glitches as well. So a lower number will mean that you get increasing the number reduces the number of raster splits, but increases the glitching. Reducing that number means you will get more raster splits, but less chance of glitching because now it's trying to draw as many as it can in the same raster. So anyway, that's why that worked. So the other thing I would seem to remember is we're having some problems with crashing based on the number of multiplayer sprites. Now I can't remember if I fixed that or not, so I'm just going to try upping the number. I think I did fix it. I vaguely remember fixing it. Going to up that number so we do 24 instead of 20 sprites, and then I'm going to change the game mode to start at a different map. Start there, so we start on that screen, and I probably have to change the swarm to use more. Oh, we've got 15 in the swarm. Okay, but I don't think I saw 15 there. Um, actually, let's put some debug stuff in here as well. I don't know who it was who posted. I think it was Zigzag actually posted in uh, in one of the. I can't even remember which screen, which channel it was, but somebody posted in the Zigzag posted in one of the channels about the new Asaprite stuff. No, Amiga modules are not possible yet. Sorry. Um, if I get chance next week, I will take a look at that. I'm super busy at the moment with the Game Boy stuff. I've been kind of trying to get a lot of stuff ready for that, and work as well has been kind of keeping me busy. So, what am I looking at here now? Cecconoid. So if I get a chance next week, I'll take a look at that. I've got them. I can play them, but the problem is that I can only play them by numbers. So you have to know the number of the mod that you want to play, and I really don't want it to be like that. Um, I'd rather it be something you can search for, like the SIDS. So I just need to figure out how to do that, basically. Yeah, mod player for the Mega 65 is really nice. I'm hoping actually that I can do something with that at some point. I have a funny feeling Perseus is not going to be able to do it though. I think it's going to be a little bit much for Perseus. Okay, I'm just going to drop a placeholder sprite in here, just so we can count these sprites. So it's just going to be a box. Actually, I'm going to do a smaller box so I don't get confused by too many overlapping boxes. I just want to count how many sprites there are, so I'm just going to create this box shape. Export that. Okay, so these frames are at 61. Okay, so it's 61. Yeah, it's 61. So that would be 41, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. All right. So I'm just going to put 26 in there. I think that's the only place it's needed. It's just a debug, just so I can see how many there are. See, this is making me think I should. It doesn't matter because I use folders all over the show. So it's going to say put everything in the same folder, but I'll have a look at how the make files are loaded in. Okay, I mean that's not the file I want, but so I can count them anyway. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, it's showing all 15. That's pretty good. I just added an extra 4 in, was it? So let's try 19. See if we can do that. Wonder why it's showing that frame. Let me just think about this. That was 61. Oh, 51, 41. So it'd be 46, not there we go. I'd be impressed if it can do 19. That'd be nice. It seems to be handling it though. Doesn't seem to be any glitches. I mean, obviously the positioning is kind of wrong now, but that's fine. We can work on that. Let me just check how many that it actually is. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. It is showing 19. Okay, so what I need to know is how many can I show in a line. So the player is potentially 3 sprites, which means I can only really show 4 in a line. Because if I go up here and I grab the mace out of here. So the mace is 1 sprite, the player is another sprite, and the trail of the mace is another sprite. There's only ever 1 sprite being shown here. So you can see it starts glitching out now. Okay. So we do. Oh no, and there's the crash. There's the crash. Okay. So now let's see if I can start with the mace. So I don't have to keep going up there and grabbing it. So player has mace. One. So Saturday will be, like I said, will be half dedicated to Mega 65. Half, well, not half, but the other half will be about the competition, and then there will also be probably about half an hour of kind of verification of the code stuff. So and the pick and mix half of the stream will just be probably just more mapping, just tidying the map up. I'm really kind of not too fussed about how long that bit takes now. It's kind of low priority for me at the moment. As much as I want to finish the game, it's kind of low priority in terms of kind of my commitments to other things. So I'm happy to just kind of do a little bit at a time on that and get that out when it's ready to go, which is it's not far off actually. So it needs a completion screen, um, which is maybe something we could look at soon. So we're not just keep doing mapping and mapping all the time. I think we said we'd be happy with 32 maps or however many we get. We've got plenty of room left over. So, um, okay, why did that not load? Let me try again. Um, but yeah, I want to start doing more Mega 65 stuff really real soon. Okay, so it's really struggling once I get 3 things on that screen. I don't know why it's crashing here, and it's going to be very hard to find out without debugging. But I noticed that the stack is full of the same call, so there seems to be some recursive call going on here. I would say that is 4C7B, whatever that is, because he just keeps jumping into it and running it, and then jumping into it and running it, and keep going like that. It looks like an interrupt though. Damn, that's going to be hard to catch. Oh, look, there's an explosion sprite there. Oh yeah, explosion sprites is another sprite that needs to take over. Let me see if that's to do with the swarm size or the the multiplex limit size as well. Are you hacking that into it? I don't know. I'll have a look in a minute. But it wouldn't. The fact that it's filling the stack up like that means that it's not. It's not the hacking that's. Oh, I think the glitches here are just because I've got too many sprites on a line. Even with the once I get these in, there's just too many on a line. which just means I need to spread those out a bit. That's fine. Um, but I would like to know why it crashes there. Because it's not crashing now. The moment I up that value, it starts crashing. Okay, so this is being set out. At the moment, it's being set out in rows of 3. Yeah, rows of 3 each, this far apart. And the circle is, maybe if I make the circle a little bit smaller, they'll glitch a little bit less. Um, just spread them out ever so slightly, like that. There we go. All right, let me just test this, and then I'm going to up the value again and see see if we can figure out this. Let's try and reverse engineer the crash without the debugger. I mean, would be how we'd have to do it before the days of C64 debuggers. So, okay, so you can see now there's a lot less overlap, but we are still getting some glitching, and it's primarily because this is flying around here. So one way to do this would be to reduce the number in each line, or to space them out a bit more. If I try and just move these up by 10 and space them out like another 4 on each line, that might be enough. This one was always going to be a pain. This is probably the most complex part about the timings in this game, is getting this to work. Um, okay, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to, in the multiplayer, I'm just going to add a little border change just to say when they're being drawn, so we can see exactly what's being drawn when and where. Oh, actually, we could. That's something we can do in the in the in the uh, in the debugger. That should be very easy to do. We don't need to color the borders. Oh my god. Yeah, that'll do. All right. And this might actually help us with the crash as well, if we can get it to crash in here. So you can see the glitching around the middle. If I just uh, pause it at one point, and let's take a look at what's going on. So I'm not seeing any. Let's try and get it to pause where there's a glitch. There we go. There's a glitch on the screen. So you can see the glitch. Let's just make that a little bit bigger. Hopefully you can see that glitch in the top corner around about here. And we want to figure out why that's happening there. So you can see that oh, that's interesting. Oh, it changes, so that's fine. You can see that it's probably to do with this spray. The stuff that comes out of the back of the trail on the mace. God, I'm losing all the words tonight. I don't know what's going on with me. Which one is it that's failing? Okay, so there are 3 in a row here, and there's one just above it here somewhere, which we're not seeing. So I'm not sure where it's getting that from. Okay, so what I'm going to try is I'm going to try messing with the padding again. I'm going to leave this padding on low, and I'm going to increase this one a little bit just to see if if we just need to give the raster a bit more time to do things. Right. Sat here waiting for it to load and I'm not even bloody done it properly. Oh, I wonder if I can get this to load from disk, actually. This might actually, I might try it in a minute, because if I can get it to load from a disk format, it might work. Although it's going to be weird going into screens, because it's going to have to load. Oh no, it's not going to work because I have different banking settings. Okay, no, see, that's if anything, that's made it worse, right? Um, let's try the opposite. Let's try and make that really low as well. So let's put that down to like 1. It's just a matter of trying things now. As I said last time, this multiplexer probably should have been written from scratch instead of like I've done, which is just ripped it from Parasol Stars. It doesn't really work for this. Yeah, I think it's just a matter of too many things overlapping. So let's try going the other way with the this pattern. I don't think this will work though, but I'm going to try it anyway. Try moving them both up, because I think this will cause more glitches. That's certainly what I've written, and I definitely, it definitely makes sense in my head that is the sense. But I want to get a proper feel for what these values do. Random guess debugging, yeah, yeah. Oh damn, that's annoying because they seem to be glitching less now. Still a glitch, but it's less. Okay, so let's keep that one. Let's keep that second one high. Try reducing this one this time. Let's change that to 8. Let's bring it right down. Yeah. Right. You're gonna all in at 100k. Oh, that is. Oh no! See that. Well, now they're disappearing, but they're glitching less overall. But they're disappearing now and again. Okay. Okay. Let me think about this then. So this is actually difficult to figure out what the hell's going on here. Could it be let me try it again, and then I'm going to turn the number of multiplex sprites down so the sorting is less. But I don't think it's to do with the raster time for the sort. I think this is more to do with the kind of the raster lines themselves. Yeah, see, they glitch more when those values are low. They definitely glitch more, but they start disappearing if this value is too high. So let's try somewhere in the middle. I can't believe how random this really is random debugging. Oh, quiz. Oh, spectrum. Interesting. It's amazing how colorful spectrum games look until until they're resolved, and suddenly they become monochrome, apart from the hood. No idea what that is. Oh, battle of the leaders there. Okay. So the worst case scenario is when the mace passes right past the player, because at that point there's plenty in a row, and if these are not spaced out correctly, then there will be glitches because of the way that they circle around each other. So thinking about it, I probably need to space them out further here, maybe. Hey, Jolly Jones. Cheers for the raid. Thank you very, very much. I hope you're doing well. Welcome along. What have you been playing tonight, Jolly? Which lovely Commodore games have you been playing tonight? Please go and give Jolly Jones a follow. She's a really good streamer. Streams Commodore games. Oh, she beat Cockatony Wolf. Okay. Wow. Wow. Impressive. Impressive. That's really cool. Yeah, go and give her a follow. She's really good. Oh, thank you for the gift subs as well, Amok. Wow. Um, to Talon the Dragon, Skunk Monkey, Coda Mix, Stroth J, and Retro Rusty. Thank you very much. Wow, that's impressive. Cockatony Wolf. That's another one of Neil A. Bates' games, isn't it? So have you played the other games yet, like Paperboy and Fall Guy and stuff, and Airwolf? They should be the next ones on your list. Right, let's try this out. See if that's worked. But yeah, thank you, Amok, for the gift subs. Very much appreciated. Welcome to the subs, those who got the things. So for those who don't know, if you sub, you get access to my subscription channel in the Discord, which will give you access to the same video shared video drive on Google Drive that I give to my patrons as well. So you get access to all the streams in high quality format rather than the YouTube versions, even after they've been removed from Twitch, along with PDFs and stuff like that. So actually, I should put the PDFs in those folders as well. So anybody who's Twitch sub can have access to them as well. Okay, I'm not sure what to do about this glitch. I feel like this multiplexer should be possibly rewritten. Again, let's just load that up. It is glitching less, definitely with these settings, but it is still glitching. And it's only when I've got that mace out. So high quality equals filtered out all my chat. You're not really looking forward to playing Fall Guy and Airwolf. Fall Guy, I mean, some people like it, but it looks, it's just not my sort of game. Airwolf, I think you can grow to like it. I think it's one of those games that you could grow to like. It's ridiculous and difficult, but I think you could grow to like it. No trump cards in this channel yet. Fall Guy sucks. Yeah, I agree. It just doesn't look like fun at all. All right, I'm going to stop tweaking these values. I'm going to put them back to the best version that we had, which was. Well, I'll do one more. I'll do 8 and 4, and then I'll try 8 and 2, because this seemed to glitch less than the rest. And then I think what I might do is just revisit the multiplexer at some point. and write something that's more specific to what we're doing here. I see that looks worse. Thing is, it only happens when you've got the mace as well. If I don't have the mace, then it's kind of all right. It doesn't really cause that many problems. So I'll probably leave it in the best state that I can get it in. Um, the concept of Fall Guy is pretty interesting, but the realization could be better. Yeah, they've got some interesting tech as well in there. The way they've done some of the stuff is interesting. I mean, I wouldn't have done it that way myself, but it's interesting. See, this just it just looks terrible with the mace. Let me try one more thing. Let me try. Did I already? Oh, I think I already tried spacing them out further. No, I didn't. All right. Let me do. This is going to be too far. This is going to be way too spread out. The thing is, they need to move around it as in a swarm like and as well when you actually activate them, which at the moment they're not doing. They're just spaced out like this. You see, they're causing slowdown now because they're being drawn beyond the kind of boundaries. So let's turn that back. All right. Let's reduce the number of sprites. Last chance, and then I'm going to switch the sprites back and go about setting the animations up. Doesn't the Fall Guy basically kill you from behind without warning as you start? I don't remember. I remember watching Hayes play it a little bit, but it just looked like one of the most frustrating games ever. Yeah, see, look, the glitching's actually worse now than before. It's worse than when I started. All right, let's see. What numbers did I put in here? Yeah, we'll just go back to those values. Every level is the same but worse graphics. It gets increasingly worse. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to live. See, look at the glitch down there. It's weird. It's like super glitchy down there. But it's only because I've got that mace flying around me. If I turn that off, uh, I'm fine. Problem is, a decent player is going to have that all of the time. So if you didn't respawn, you probably thought it was hate. Yeah. See, look. Once I turn that off, the glitches go. So it really is to do with that mace. Let me try something. Let me turn off the trail and let's just see if it's the trail causing it. So if I turn on mace again here, but this time we'll turn the trail off. So instead of drawing the trail, we just won't do anything here. Mace update. Right, okay, here's the update. Draw it, draw the position, and then we do the mace trail here. Uh, update mace. Hang on, it's doing the trail first. Let's find out where that is and just trying to see if there's an easy way to turn this off. Is it this one here? No, I don't think it is that one. This is the trail, isn't it? Okay. Okay, let's turn off the collision. So just do an exit on this point. I think that's the right place to do that. Give that a try. Oh, it's the mace trail. I mean, maybe I'll end up turning the mace trail off. Which is a bit of a shame, but it might be something I have to do to get things to work, because there is a little bit of a glitch, but it's nowhere near as bad though. There is still there slightly, but it's that third sprite. The moment you add a third sprite in, this all kind of screws up. And I think the reason is because you've got 3 3 3 3 3. There's 5 rows of 3 sprites. So if you imagine any 2 rows of 3 sprites, um, let's try and draw this down here, right? So if you imagine you've got your swarm like this, so you've got 3 sprites there, then you've got 3 sprites there, 3 sprites there, and then if you imagine the player fitting kind of here, player, and the mace here. If you were to take a big enough area of this, you've got 8 sprites. So that's why we're not seeing a glitch. But the moment you add a mace trail in here, now you've got 3, 6, 9. You've got one more sprite than neatly fits into this gap, because these are moving around. So there's going to be some overlap between these. So I think that's the problem. Now, one solution to this might be, actually, let me give this a try. One solution to this might be to alternate the rows to be 3 and 2 instead of 3 and 3. The main sprite is flickering, but that's not multiplexed. I think no, I think it is included in this. Unfortunately, I think this is another reason I want to change the multiplexer, because I think it is used in the it is being multiplexed. I believe it's just it's never. Actually, is it? No, I can't remember. I think it is being involved in it somehow. But I want to try something, so I'm just going to turn the trail back on. But this time I'm going to change these. Yeah, it's forced into a particular index, but I think it's still it just takes priority. That's all. So instead of doing it like this, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set these manually. Okay, so this one particular row would be 198, 174, 198, and then 222, I believe. Yeah. But then what I'm going to do is on the next row, I'm going to do just 2 instead. So I'm going to do somewhere halfway between these. So it's going to be 186 and 210. And that gives us our X positions for 2 rows there. So if I do that, that gives us 15 sprites here. That means I need to do the same here pretty much. So, oops. What I'll do is just work this out manually. So I can change this value now. So do 24 there instead. So this would be 80, 80, 80 for the first row, and then 104, 104 for that row. And then I need to add 24 to each of these again. So, sorry, no, 24, 48. Sorry, so 128, 28, 128, which means this is 152. which means this is 200, which makes this one 176. So now what I've done is apparently closed the file down. God, I hope it's remembered everything. Yeah. So now what I've done is instead of the layout that we had before, now I've just got this layout instead. Which means no matter where I put my player, mace, and trail, the large kind of 3-line group is always just going to have 8 in it. So it's going to also just have 8 if I put it here. It's going to just have 5 if I put it here, so on. So hopefully that should be less glitchy this time. No, we're still seeing glitches there. Oh wait, is it 2 3 2 3 2? I feel like this is a problem. I feel like the trail is a problem for weird reasons other than because it's glitching. Hang on. Yeah, I'm going to turn the trail off because it's glitching for strange reasons here. Because that should be fine, I believe, and it's not. So I'm going to turn this off as a temporary. It's a completely unnecessary part of the game, but it would be a shame to lose it. Okay, so it is a shame, but I would rather the game be less glitchy and be missing a few bits than include it for the sake of including it and just have it full of glitches. So, because I mean that's way better now. Yeah, that's a good point. I could switch it off on this screen only. That's a really good point. I'll leave it off completely for now, and maybe come back to that. So yeah, one of the things I did want to do is have very specific code for each screen. So we actually do have a list of a list of screen kind of specific code. It would be very easy to make these things kind of turn off certain aspects of the player quite easily. Because one of the things I want to be able to do is change things like maximum particle count, sprite multiplexer count, things like that. And I certainly don't see any reason that I couldn't do that with this method. What I'm actually going to very quickly just try is just to see if that was the big problem with the glitching, is just to bung a few of these extra on each line. So I'm going to now try and put 4 on a line here. So let's get rid of that. Just comment these out. That's what I wanted to do on this stream anyway. On this kind of today was just to kind of start working through these things. Oh, you had flooding wall up. Wow. Okay. Worst flood since 1929 and surpassed in 1978. Wow. Okay. Yeah, glad you're all okay there. So no, I haven't actually. I've barely watched anything the past couple of weeks, to be honest. I'm glad you're all okay there. Anyway, that's the most important thing. Add 16 to it. home floated down the river. Wow. Holy shit. Wow. It's crazy. You really do get the extremes down there. You've got forest fires, and then now you've got the opposite thing happening. It's crazy. Okay, yeah. So trying to do that many on a line is a problem, and it's going to cause glitches in the multiplayer. So I kind of expected as much, but I just wanted to make sure. I wanted to see for myself that that was going to happen. So I think that needs to be at 3, like so. Right. And I'll sort the animation out, get the animation running at the right speed. Um, you blame the crazy snakes. Yeah, that's the other thing as well. You have like almost all the world's most poisonous everything. Uh, if somebody describes a poisonous snake to you, you can pretty much guarantee it's going to be in Australia somewhere. Okay, there is still a few glitches when there's too many, so I think the 3 and 2 works fine. So I'll keep that like so. Get rid of this one. So I think that this method is nice. So the combination of two. All right. So the next thing to do is look at the animation pattern as well. Make sure that's moving smoothly. Oh, Rampage! I remember that. Wasn't that a Chewits thing as well? I seem to remember something about Chewits with the Rampage. Tobo defend. I don't have a defend command, do I? Yeah. Welcome along, Raiders of Tobors. The chewiest one was different. I seem to remember Rampage and Chewits being a tie-in of some kind. Yeah, welcome along everyone that's come along with Tobor. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great Tuesday evening. We're just working on stupid sprite multiplexer stuff that's causing me a headache at the moment. I think I need to rewrite this sprite multiplexer routine, but if you haven't already, go and give Tobor a follow. He's as another developer. He's been developing a game called I can only remember Savage. I cannot remember the full name of it. But it's a great little kind of side scroll hack and slash kind of platformy sort of game. Very cool. With sprite crunching work. Oh, you mean kind of reducing the maybe. Mm, it's a good point, actually. Maybe not sprite crunching, but there might be a way to do sprite stretching, and create kind of like how I've done with the laser, where I've just kind of repeated the same thing over and over. But mm, yeah, I'm fixing many interesting and strange bugs and creating new ones. Yeah, that's always the case, isn't it? Just when you think you're finishing, you end up just adding a whole load more new bugs in. It's really cool though. The game looks awesome. I've got to say, really good work on it. Um, I wish I had time to watch more of what you're doing on it. Um, okay, so this is with the things back in now. You can see now the animation looks really slow. So I'm going to try and speed that animation up a little bit, um, which I'm guessing is not that one. Am I getting lag on my thing? Oh, I've got that window open. There we go. Circle and in frame animation timer. Okay, so it's this thing here. So I'm just gonna half that first. That might be enough. You see how they're moving around in the circles kind of all right. But the actual animations themselves I feel kind of quite slideshowy. So I'm just gonna speed them up a little bit. Helps if I press the right buttons. it's been good to get back to this game. Actually, it's been 3 weeks since we touched this, so it's good to get my head around what needs doing on it again. Yeah, that looks a bit better. I mean, they're still a little bit slideshowy, but they'll do for now. Just looking on the monitor screen to see what they look like. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad actually. And the glitching's gone now, even with this mace. So I think I'm just going to leave leave the mace trails off actually. Yeah, I did originally have them fastened. But yeah, I do remember that. Actually, I'm going to try speeding them up again because I think when they're a bit faster, they do look really nice. I think we might have to kind of take some liberties with this swarm to make it still look good compared to the original, because I think there's no way for us to do the original. Oh no, that's too much, isn't it? They're moving way too quick, or they're flashing too quick. Yeah, they're moving too quick there. Okay, let's get rid of that one. Okay, so that's fine. Uh, what about if I speed the circle up? Yeah, I think things like this we kind of have to take some small differences between the original game and the version that we're creating, and just say, look, we can't do it like the original because it's too technical for the C64 to be able to do that. So instead, what we'll do is we'll create something which has a nice feel to it and is close but not exactly the same, and we'll just make some changes that benefit the C64 version. And if that means speeding up some of the animations, and see, that looks nice. See, now they're moving around in faster circles. The animation is a little bit slower, but the actual movement in the circles is pretty decent. Okay, I'm happy with that. We'll go with that. So the one thing they do need to do is they do need to follow the player at some point. Now they don't straight away because there's a laser beam through here, but once you get rid of that beam, which you will do later on, because you go down here, you complete a load of stuff down here, and then you see, they should not have exploded then. So that's something we need to figure out. And then when you come back, this beam has been disabled, and this door is open here. At which point these start chasing you. You have to kind of shoot them. You have to shoot them all down like this. Um, so there's also the shooting of them as well, which you need to implement. So I might dedicate an entire stream to kind of the swarm and destroying the swarm. We've got the animations to destroy them, um, but not much else at the moment. Hey, Chromus, hope you're doing well. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. So this screen. Okay, so this screen needs this laser to stop displaying at a certain point to basically hit the scenery. So the way I thought about doing this, I thought about like having some collision detection. I thought, no, this is all way too complicated. All I really need to do here is there's only so many positions that this is in. I mean, it's probably, I don't even know how many positions it is, but it's not that many actually. We'll find out. It should be in laser. Here we go. There's actually 256 positions in the laser arc, but that's not necessarily how many different values are in here. It's the different values that we care about, not how long the actual, because a lot of these will be chains of the same number. So what we need to know is how many different values are there, and it looks like there's just 17. That's it, really. 17. Sorry, it's in hex, so it's 23 in one direction, 23 in the other direction, and a 0 in the middle. So that means there's 47 different values. So all we need is a table with 47 values in it, which says for each value in the table, when to stop drawing the sprites, and which point on the screen to display particles at. Which is only a few values. So we can do this in a table of maybe 256 bytes total. with all the information we need to do this. This will have to be specific to each screen with lasers on. There aren't that many with lasers on, actually. Um, okay, let's think about this. All right, so in that case, first thing I need to do is I need to, based on these values here, create another table. So actually, so I'm going to go for a quick break because I do need to stretch my legs a little bit. I'll be back in 2 or 3 minutes, at which point we'll work out how to do that. So we'll make that laser kind of hit things and hit the scenery and cause particle effects, which should look pretty nice actually. Okay, so I'll be back in 5 minutes, guys. Let me just leave you with the less than 5 minutes. But let me leave you with the quiz as well. Okay, be right back, guys. Right, I'm back, not Brack. Nobody ever gets those PlayStation games. Nobody ever gets them because it's never any. It's never any of the really popular PlayStation games. It's always some random game. It's a shame. It is a shame. Unless it's Tomb Raider, yeah. Except the other night it wasn't Tomb Raider. It was something else that looked very like Tomb Raider, and everybody typed Tomb Raider. I can't even remember what the game was, but it looked like Fear Effect. That was it. Yeah, it looked so much like Tomb Raider. That was funny. Okay, so what I want to do here, I'm gonna tack it into laser because all lasers are gonna have this. So it definitely needs to be in here. Um, but the problem is that the data that makes up this laser is probably going to actually. I think there's probably going to be a different laser for each screen that uses it. I think it's going to be there might be some reusable code, but a lot of it's probably going to be brand new. So let's just go off this being the only laser, and we can work out how to extend it to other screens if we need to. So this is I'm going to call this laser collision, and I'm going to put it in its own little array like this. So as I say, this can be this number here is the important thing to know. This is how many different angles there are for the laser. So you can see that it's using a sine wave to kind of work out how to swing the laser left and right. And we're using 256 values, so it takes 256 frames for the laser to move left and right. But the laser can only be on integer angles, basically, and it's not even angles. These are just well, I guess it is kind of an angle. You can treat this as like the final kind of I think this is the X position, basically. This is how far in the X it's moving, which is perfect because it means and it's always going to be an integer, but it means that we have a full list of all the possible X offsets that it can be at, and that's going to range from, let's put it in here. So it's basically going to be both extremes of this sine curve, basically. So in one direction, it's going to be wait, hang on, it's going. Oh, it's the full sine wave actually, because it's doing pi times 2. So it's doing the whole thing to the top, then to the bottom, to the middle again. So it's going to start at 0. It's going to move towards 17, hitting 17 once. Then it's going to move to 0 again. Then it's going to move to minus 17. Then it's going to move back to 0 again, at which point it will restart. So our range is from minus 17 to 17. So what we can do is we can turn that into tables in here. So first of all, we'll have let's call it let's put a label in. Let's call it max offsets, and that's going to be 17 times 2 because we're going from here to here plus 1, because you have to count the 0 in the middle as well. And that matches this value here. Now, it might be worth putting this as a constant as well up here. Yeah, let's put a label in here. Let's do it. Because we might be able to change this to something different later on, to dynamic value, and build these tables dynamically for the lasers. So it could be that these tables get built dynamically by some code, so we can do different different lasers pointing in different directions and things. I'm still not entirely sure how we're going to do this yet, but okay, so this is the path that it takes. So the laser starts pointing straight down, moves all the way across, moves all the way back, but it's only ever going to hit these this number of values, which is actually 23, 40, 47 equals 47 different offsets. So then what we can do here is we can change some values. So the first thing we need to know is, when do we stop drawing the sprite? So, oh wow, Steps is still around. You're doing well tonight with the laptop. Thank you very much for the resub, Steps. Appreciated. Oh, it's Andy's gift sub, but nevertheless. Oh god, I just poured it down me. God damn it. Oh, god damn it. I'm so in awe of the resub, or the sub, the resub, whatever, that I just decided to pour drink down me. I forgot that I just opened a cider, so I was drinking it like it was half empty. Needs all his spare change for a new apple. Oh, Lappy. Um, okay. So first thing we need to know is sprite count. So laser. It's in laser collision already, so let's just call it sprite count. Okay. And this is, I can't really fill these values, but for now I am just going to fill it with a value, so we can see what happens. So I need to fill max offset, and I need to say how many pieces there are of the laser. So let's say there's just 3. Then that means what I can do in the update, when it goes to draw the line, to this bit here, compare. Okay, so where do we get? So I put no comments in here at all, so that's really useful. Okay. So how does it know how many to draw? Let's have a look. So, oh, this is actually drawing the line. But is this placing that? Yeah, this is actually placing the. Oh no, it's not. Where is it? This is placing the Y's, I think. Oh, where's it placing the Y position? It should be positioning. Oh, the Y's are already positioned, I believe. Yes, X, Y. So the Y's are already positioned. So it's just which ones get turned on or off. So actually, this is really easy. We can just turn them off, right? So so all we have to do is, after we've drawn them, jump to routine, draw line, is jump to subroutine, draw collision, which I'm going to put up here next to this so I can work on it. So what draw collision is going to do is it's going to take the current value from here. It's going to add 17 to it, so it's going to be start at 0, move upwards, and then it's going to use them to look at these. Now, instead of adding 17, what I'll do is I'll take 17 away from this label when we look for the offset. Oh yeah, I put yeah, I did a few little changes because um what's he called? Andy. God, my I can't speak for some reason at the moment. Andy told me to put GitHub on my thing, and while I was there, I thought I put a decent picture of my setup so you can see what I'm working with. It looks a lot better looking this way than it does that way. So spiral. I don't know who Spiral Drone is, but best name ever. Thank you very much for buying a spiral mug. Appreciated. Honestly, Andy, I think I'm just getting old. I can't speak at the moment, which is kind of bad for somebody who streams, right? Keep forgetting the names of like really simple things. I was looking at my some code. I was doing some code. What was I testing? I can't remember what I was testing. I was testing something at work. Um, oh, it was a oh god, it was a SSL kind of Oracle thing. Anyway, basically, I had to write a piece of code that kind of launched a load of iframes, and then took the kind of the results from the things loading into those iframes, and I created a variable called output. That was all it was, output. See, it looks fine now, but yesterday it looked wrong. I could not look at that and it looked right. It just looked weird. So now it's calling me really simple. Uh, I'm just old. Leave me alone, my poor old brain. Yeah, that's I couldn't look at that word and it looked right for some reason. I kept thinking, if I spell that wrong, have I been working from home? Yes, I have been working from home. I think that's half of the problem. I'm going insane. I've spent so long sat in front of this computer. It's just it's become part of me now. Um, that's not a good thing. When I was your age, yeah. I mean, I think considering the average age of most people in the Commodore scene. I think I'm quite young. I say young, young-ish in comparison. I'm shit. I've got to think about this now. I'm 45. No, 44. Sorry, 44. Yeah, Jesus, guys, I can't even remember my age. Um, Jesus Christ, literally just had a birthday and I can't remember my age. Um, yeah, whereas I think most people in this industry, in this kind of community, are kind of around about the 50 mark. So I know I'm a bit younger than most of you. So thank you very much, Dexter. Cheeky smiley face. I like it. He was born before man walked on the moon. Wow. Wow. Yeah. I was born just before Elvis died. Like maybe he heard me screaming and that was enough, gave him a heart attack. Who knows? Uh okay, so draw collision. So what I want this to do now is turn off any additional sprites. So we have a base index here. So we know the start. So we're going to load base index and we need to add, there's two indexes here, there's a start and an end here. We need to add this value from here. So I need to grab this value like so. Oops. Let's do that first. I don't know why that Y is 14. Don't need that. So we grab the laser arc index. We grab the laser arc, and that gives us this value from here. So that gives us our value from 0 to 17. Um, then we need to grab sprite count minus laser offset range. comma X. After transferring that to X. Actually, can I use Y here? I guess I can use Y. I don't see why not. Let's try it anyway. Yeah, it must be able to because it's being used down here. So, okay, so that now gives us the value here, at which point we can clear the carry bit, add it to the base index. Right, now we have a value which we can now store back in the X register. Now we have the actual index into the multiplexer for things, and all we have to do now is just set the X position and MSB of these things at this point. Actually, no, Y position to FF, isn't it? I think that's, I can't remember how the multiplexer decides whether or not to display things. So look, uh, sprite. Okay, where's the sort? Because the sort, okay, sort doesn't do anything. It doesn't care about. Oh, actually, I think you're right, Andy. I think it doesn't multiplex the first two sprites. We must have just been getting other weird issues. Uh, Wait, how do I turn a sprite off in here? Wait, is there a clear sprites function? Okay, says frame of 0. That's it. Oh wait, is it going to set frames anywhere else? No. Okay, so I've got to be careful doing that. I'm going to try setting this instead. See if that's enough. So basically, I'm going to set all the positions of the sprites beyond that point to FF, and hopefully they will disappear. So AMK points. Oh, what am I missing there? Hello, John Bot here. Before long, I'll be doing my own code. You will be redundant. Oh, you doing a Twitch bot? Got a move-in date in there. So okay, cool. And then you're going to stream, yeah? Make a database for the. Do you know? I should have made a database. I really should have done, but I didn't even end up doing that. I just ended up using local storage. Simple as that. It's just a JSON in local storage. That's it. It seemed ridiculous to fire up a MongoDB or something like that to just to handle some stuff which I can do in local. It's not like I need like multiple people accessing it or anything. So just storing it in local storage was enough, and a few like controls in my admin panel to clear it and stuff. Yeah, keep it simple, stupid. Thanks for calling me stupid, but yeah. But yeah, no, I get the acronym. Yeah, exactly. Mongo database would have just complicated things. Not only that, it would have meant there would have been another step in the chain between, um, between going to not with the AMK points, but with the quiz points and things like that. When something goes wrong with stream elements, you kind of lose points there. It would have been just another place that could have failed. Connection goes down, and all of a sudden you don't get your database update. This way, it's guaranteed to go through every time. Yeah, Mongo is pretty simple. It's super easy. I use Mongo for a lot of stuff. It's just I didn't see the point in doing it for this at all. Here, keep it simple, Steven. In the other video, I'm watching another Toad just said, "Don't call me stupid." Well, I said don't call me stupid as well. So maybe you heard me say that. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't store. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't store anything critical on local storage. But I mean, this is a database It's not even a database. Um, oh, we both said it. Okay, so it was somebody else on another. Cool. Um, yeah, there's just no point in putting it in a database. I don't need anybody else to access it. It's not critical. Nobody else can run the overlay. The overlay is local to my machine anyway. So I've been dying to play more around with developing retro hardware. It's really good fun, Tobor Prime. If you ever want any tips or anything, just join my Discord. There's loads of people on there developing all sorts of games for various platforms. And some really helpful people as well. So yeah, there you go. Andy's posted the link, and you can get kind of advice on best ways to kind of develop on various platforms, like what kind of setups and cross-platform development tools you'll need. You know, right down to kind of coding, kind of very specific effects and stuff. So. Yeah, assembly is extremely satisfying. I absolutely love it. I wish I could do everything in assembly. Unfortunately, it's not the most practical thing for some stuff. Um, Learning Node pretty quickly. Yeah, Node's really easy to learn, to be honest, and it's a really powerful tool as well. Once you learn to use it, you can do quite a lot of stuff in it. Okay, right, where was that? Yeah, so we have grabbed the offset here, so we can grab that value now. So we can say loading a later collision sprite count, comma x. That gives us this value here. Um, Wait, no, am I doing this? Hang on, let me think about this. Blah blah blah. What am I doing? Right, I'm talking too much and I've completely forgot what I was doing now. Oh, absolutely. If you're using Node, use JSON for storing the data objects. If you do want a database, use Mongo, because Mongo and Node are just like the perfect combination. But you can even just create a JSON file and, like I say, store it in local storage. If you don't care about having a cloud-based database, then you can just create an object that you store and reload when you launch again. It makes it a bit harder to access it outside of the program, but if you write the right kind of admin panel, you can still access and do things with it. So, okay, so grab this art index here. Should give me a value. Yep, from here, and then loads. But yep, that gives me this value here. So I shouldn't be adding the base index here yet. Instead, I should be grabbing this value here and then adding the base index. Okay. So get sprite count to show. Um, Calculate the sprite number to hide. And now we go about hiding them. So we're going to transfer that into the X register here. I'm going to store this at it's the multiplexer code. There we go, multiplexer dot. It's easy enough. So multiplexer data dot ypos comma x. Yep. And then we want to increase x, and we want to compare that to our endpoint, which is base index plus 1. And if that's not equal, we jump back to here, at which point we just store in the next position again and then return. So this should, in theory, strip our laser down to just 3 pieces. And then we can work out exactly how many we need to do where. We might have to do some kind of manual adjusting of the laser, which will be fairly easy. We can just turn off this value here, this increment, and kind of change. In fact, let's do that now so I can start writing the numbers down. It's probably the easiest thing to do. Have a look at how many beams we need for each one. So I need to grab the address of this, which is gonna. Oh, how am I going to do that now? How have I been doing this? Oh, I've been doing it like this. I'm gonna print. laser index. Yeah, there. That's the right place to do it. Okay. Mary Mungo image. Mm. Should have put an elephant as an option. I don't know what you're on about now. If you loved it, then you are old. Yeah, see, I don't remember that. I'm not that old, you see. Right, let's have a look then. So, oh, so we syntax it out because I put space there. All right. What's going on here? What have I done wrong? Okay, so I need to put laser collision dot sprite count. Okay, so that goes there. So wait, I'm already doing that here. What am I doing? Already doing this calculation, so made a mistake here. So what you get for chatting halfway through it, I guess. Yeah, so I didn't need to do that at all. Do I laser art grabs that value, which is this here, take the index from there. Yeah, so I had it right the first time. I was just messing around with it. Shouldn't have done that. All right. Oh, Nintendo 64. Wow. And let me guess, Sean wasn't at the screen. Oh no, you just didn't know. You didn't know Destruction Derby? My God. Although it was more of a PlayStation game, if I remember. I don't remember ever seeing it on the. I don't ever remember seeing it on the Nintendo, but it's not to say it was. Oh God, no, that went horribly wrong. Oh God, where went wrong there? Compare base index plus one. Is it just because I've done this here? Maybe this is to blame. Let's just try doing this. Oh God, what is going on? Something is getting really stuck here for some reason. Okay, it's almost certainly going to be to do with this loop, but I don't see why. Compare the x with that value. And we just didn't keep increasing. So let's just return from that function and see what happens. And this should run exactly the same as before, but without the laser moving. Just move that a sec. It's getting my nerves. Should probably start on this screen now, but too slow. Okay, so now it's drawing the. Okay, so it's definitely something to do with this loop here for some reason. I have a feeling it's because this is not enough to actually clear the sprite. So I just want to have a look. Multiplex, here we go. Yeah, I mean, it's just setting just setting y pos and frame. But if I set frame, wait, what if I don't do anything there? If I just don't do anything with the thing, is it setting a value, or is it that loop that for some reason is turning into an infinite loop? I can't imagine why though, because that should prevent it from being infinite. I mean, it could be slow, but shouldn't be infinite like it is. Oh God, I need to change the screen restart as well. Oh, okay. So it is setting that value there. So the loop is fine, but for some reason setting a multiplexer value of that. Cool. All right. Okay, so first of all, let me start the game loop. So we start on that page. Let's just double check that that actually works. What is base index? Base index is the first position of the first laser sprite in the multiplexer index. So it assigns a sprite from the multiplexer to it, and then they're all sequential all the way down to the very last one here. So that's what that is, but it's not that. It's to do with this, basically, this position. So I'm going to try setting a position as 0, see what happens. What's that not? Oh, it's loading. Okay. Okay, so now it's just not displaying any of them. See, it's not displayed. Oh, actually, it's a slight weird slowdown here as well. Probably because all the sprites are in a row at the top. So actually, if I was to do, let me just try this for a second. This could be a very, very cheap way of doing this, because the lasers go behind everything. So if I just set them color to black, it will just disappear. But you see, look, I can't control that. What the fuck? But the moment I get rid of that, it's fine. And the moment I don't write anything to the multiplexer, it's fine. Which is what I don't understand. See, absolutely fine. Oh, the laser goes in front of us. It goes behind the scenery, but in front of us. So setting it to black is not a good idea, because you'd have a black line moving across us. So why on earth is that not working? Okay, let me try some other random shit. Try everything random. And then I'll put some. I can't even put breakpoints on. I need to go and find it in the code. This is why I need the breakpoint shit to work. Problem is the way I've built this, because it's all running from cartridge. It doesn't really know where anything is. I'm wondering if I make it D64 if it'll work, but I don't think it will. I think it relies on some cartridge loading stuff, because I know each screen is loaded in from cartridge on the fly. No, look, see, straight away I can't move. What am I doing different? All I want to do is store some new values for these locations here. Why is none of this making sense? Okay, I think it's time to it starts out at the basics. So the X starts, so this is how the base index is set. So this is the first sprite that gets added, and this sets a value in the X register to say which multiplex index it is. So we store that in the base, and then we store the final one here. So actually, this should be where is it gone? This should actually be here like this. Maybe that could be one of the problems because it's not like a normal for loop where it's there you go. Let's try that. While that loads. So base index 0 is the first sprite. Base index 1 is the last sprite. All the sprites is sequential. And X will start at least this value plus however many sprites I say. So if I say my offsets are 3, so I want to display 3 sprites, then this value will then become not this sprite, not this sprite, not this sprite, but this one here. Hang on, 0, 1, 2. No, this one, sorry. Because this is base index 0 plus 3. 1, 2, 3. Which means this will be the first sprite to be removed, meaning you'll only see the top 3 sprites, which is what I'm trying to achieve here. Oh, have I gone the wrong way around? Maybe I'm going because this now looks like the opposite thing is happening. Oh, but no, again, I can't move. Seems to me moving any of those values in here just breaks things. Oh, wait, hang on. Okay, firstly, oh no, that's fine. It shouldn't need doing it each frame. Yeah, and this is just drawing the line. Okay. This is what I don't understand. Why does setting any of these values have any effect on it at all? If I was just to increment the board here instead, well, let me just comment that out. We should still see the border increment, although it will probably be very brief. But it shouldn't cause a pause or anything, unless I just happen to be in a really weird place in memory. No, look, you can see it's working, and it's happening off screen somewhere because I don't see any split down the side. So it's obviously happening down here somewhere, or up in the top of the board. It's basically way off the screen. But well, but then again, I'm not changing the Y position. I'm just changing the X position here. That's all I'm changing. And that's already been changed. So if you look, we're calling clear line, draw collision. So clear line, yeah, doesn't do anything, just clears the thing. But look at draw line. It actually creates the X positions for things. X position, XMSB, X position, XM. So we're already changing things in a loop, including the color here. But if I try and do that in the collision, this bit here, it fails. So my theory I'm working with right now is that maybe some other value, I'm bashing a value with Y or X or something. Yeah, I guess that's the only thing I can do, right? Is work out where this is, and yeah, let's do that. Okay. 4D46. Okay. 4D46. So let's load that in here. Oh, this is the wrong. put the original code back so it breaks. Conditional breakpoint. I wish I could put breakpoints in this. Unfortunately, I can't because it's running from cartridge. It's not going to work with conditional breakpoints properly. So I have to kind of go and manually do it, unfortunately, which is what makes this a little bit more painful. I need to figure out a decent way of getting the debugging to work from cartridge. And the problem is because the way that the debug files are written by the compiler means that they don't quite match up with what why is it doing that and not loading the actual game? Oh, because I pressed the wrong freaking button. To be honest, I don't use conditional breakpoints that often. I tend to just drop a breakpoint, and I don't really need to use conditional breakpoints. There are a few times where they would be useful, but I don't really use them. Just breakpoint, but I can't even do breakpoints. That's the problem. Can't do anything at the moment, which is half of the pain here. Yeah, sometimes I will do it like that. Yeah, but you can't even. Would it be arcade work? Yeah, maybe. But the thing is, with a BRK, is it's going to break completely. It's going to cause a break interrupt, and it will actually break. It's fine. It's fine. I can make it work like this. Oh, I keep pressing the wrong buttons. Damn it. Okay. Also, it seems to fail loading the first time now for some reason. Okay, what was it? 464D. Okay. So it's still running through code. Wait, that wasn't the right one, was it? God damn it. 4D46. There we go. Okay, so this is where the X register starts. Yes, there. Okay, so let's put a breakpoint there. Let's give it a restart. The problem is I don't have any debug files that are of any use from the compiler, so it really doesn't matter. I can go in and put breakpoints in like this, and I can do the same in the emulator, but it doesn't really. That's not the problem. I can put breakpoints in. I can put conditional breakpoints in. I can do all that absolutely fine. The problem is being able to do it easily through the IDE, which I can't do at the moment because the debug output for a cartridge file doesn't make any sense to the debugger or the emulator, which is why I don't have things like I have no source code. There's no source code mapping in here at all. I have no labels in my code anywhere. It's yeah, it is a pain. It is an absolute pain, but it is what it is. Okay, yeah, the X register seems to be F9 for some reason, so that's obviously wrong. Which could be the problem. I'm going to give Andy some points for that because he spotted the issue. So MK points for Andy. I'm going to give you 10 points for that. I think that was a 10-pointer easily. Because I could have spent quite a while looking at that. So okay, so the problem is X is F9. So it's giving me a value that's incorrect. It should be giving me 3. This is the value I have here, 3. So I guess the next step is to step back a little bit and have a look at what's going on. So let's put a breakpoint here. Let's restart it again. Wait, what's going on? The hell? It's weird. All right. Okay, so we're at this point here. So We're going to have to manually check this against the code because we don't have code. Because we don't have a source mapping. So we're going to have the laser arc index. So that gives us a value in X, and that value is 2F. So that's within our range. We said our range would be, actually, it's oh, the laser arc index goes from 0 to 256. So it's the next line that actually grabs the laser arc value. So skip over that. So this should now be in the Y register. Uh, stops following. There we go. Uh, sorry, not 2F. I was reading here for some reason. Value is 0, which means the Y value is also 0, which matches up correctly here because 0 is the first one. Sine wave is going to start at 0, as I said here. Ah, no, hang on. Oh, I know what we need to do here. Okay, so we need to take this value in the accumulator, and instead of, we can't just do this because the number is negative. And because the number goes to negative, it will cause a problem. So we need to actually add that value here, like so. And then we can transfer that to the Y register and do that. So I think that's the problem there. So I'm going to give that a quick try. Because what I was trying to do is I was trying to avoid doing this add here, but I don't think we can. Because I was trying to just go backwards from this value, but that would have meant if it was a negative number, it would have just been up the other end somewhere crazy instead. So actually, it would have been, I had it wrong anyway. It should have been plus laser offset range, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway because the value would have been completely wrong anyway. So that's fine. Take care, Warlock. Thank you. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think there's an easy way to do it. This is the problem. I think what I need to do is come up with a way, um, and maybe a set of macros or something to cause breakpoints instead. Um, the source mapping itself, I don't think is going to work. Um, I mean, I could probably do it, but it's probably going to take me a long time of messing around to get this to work because technically the code doesn't live where it ends up when it's running. Technically the code lives in in a kind of 24-bit address space, so it could be anywhere up in the upper banks of the cartridge. um, and that's what the assembler sees. It sees them as assemble like that. Now there are pseudo origins in there, so that when the code is assembled, it inserts things like jumps to other labels at the place that where they will be when they load up. But unfortunately, it seems like some of the debugging stuff doesn't follow that method. I think it's a problem with Kick Assembler rather than something I can easily kind of fix because I'm doing some crazy stuff with the crazy system to make the carts work. So yeah, it kind of is. And while I do have the ability to do this, I don't think that will work. I don't think it will load this. I'm going to give it a try, but I don't think it will work. Yeah, it's just going to crap out straight away. Yeah, see, there's no static because I use static banking and stuff like that. So there's all sorts of things I can't do on D64. So I'm going to have a think about it though. Maybe there's a way of making this run. Um, yeah, there we go. Perfect. Yeah, well worth the 10 points there, Andy. Worth the 10 points. Thank you for that. Okay, cool. So we've got a laser that's exactly long, as we said. So what we can do now is we can actually look at changing these lengths a little bit. So if I grab, if I load it in here first of all, and I go and find out where these locations are, we can record these numbers down. So laser arc index is at oh, see, that should have been fine. I'll do it this way. Let's get rid of that. Laser arc index 4C16. So 4C16 is going to be the value that we change to move the laser. And that's going to give us a value in the laser arc table here, which is going to be at 4C17, which we can then use to work out where we are on here. So we're going to have to move things along. Good night, Sean. Thanks for joining. We'll get back to some Valheim next week. Check on the piggies. See if they've still got food left. It's these important things we need to know. Okay, which means the sprite count is here, so that's at 4D17. Okay, that should be enough to mess around with this. Okay, right. So let's get into the game. Let's bring up these memory locations here. So 4C16. So this is our laser index here. So if I, why is it paused there now? Oh, because I've got breakpoints in. Let's get rid of the breakpoints. See, okay, so you can see, why is it drawing that side of the laser, not the other? What? Actually, I can do it in. I don't need to do it in there. I can do it in here. It's fine. Okay. So if I look at 4C16, I can see a value, and I can see all the values in the table. So you can see here, this is the table I was on about, where it's repeating values, but they go from 0 up to 17, which it touches once here, then goes back and goes all the way back down to E9, I guess, here. Yeah, there you go. And then back again until it finally gets to this point, which is back to 0, and then it repeats again. This here is the table of lengths that we can put in. So, for instance, if I put 4D17, if I set that to length 4, and then go, actually, it's not made any difference for some reason. Why has that not made any difference? Is it not reading that? Oh, because it's not reading that value. It's reading a value somewhere in the middle. Okay, so it's in the middle of here. So 4D17 is the -17 value. So if I put that in, let's find the -17. So that was here, this one. So that is 4CD7. So what is that? That's C0. So if I set 4C16 to C0, see now the laser is all the way over to one side, and it's using 4 sprites, you can see here. So that's correct. So let's start from this location and move that way. So 4 is correct. So now we move to the next position. This is going to be a slow process, but this probably would be better in the debug. Actually, let me load it in the debugger. It's going to be a bit easier. But you can see there that's spot on for the first value in the table. It's about right. I don't want to add another sprite in here just for these few pixels here. It's moving so fast, and with particles it would be fine. So we start filling in this table here, basically. And we'll start the laser index at C0. There we go. Right. Oh, what was the game? I missed the game. Oh, oh, Rick Dangerous. Dungeon Master. Oh, Steps got, yes, that's got it. Wow, okay, cool. Uh, okay, so let's first of all let's just quickly compile it just to make sure it's going to run the right thing in the debugger. I've got the memory addresses I need to mess with, so it should make this bit quite easy. There we go. Right, start the game. Okay, so we can see the laser drawing perfectly there. I'm going to put the kind of want that to be free. So you can see how the multiplexer is doing its job here as well. So you kind of need to ignore this bottom screen because it's just going to get messy. So I'm just going to pause it there. It's this one here we care about. So actually, I'm going to see if there's another view which has. Yeah, that's better. There we go. So we can see exactly where the laser is. So if we go into here now, we should easily be able to see all the areas that we need. Yeah, just about, I think, just about fitting them on. So for C1, 6 is here, C0. So if I change that to C1, see how it changes back to 3? And that's because in the table down here, the next one is 3. So if I set that to 04, uh, same amount of base. Okay, awesome. Thanks, Sean. That's good to know. Good to know. Good to know that our Valheim pig farm is not going to be overrun by an insane amount of pigs. There you go. So C0, C1. See how it's moved slightly? C0, C1, C2. Okay, so C2 is going to, you can see where it's reading actually. You can see here it's reading the value. So it highlights blue. So actually, this debugger is really good for this. So let's move that to C9. No, C, no, CF. There we go. So now we're in CF. Uh, so that's basically this one here. 4 as well. Yep. So I think 4 is probably going to be fine for a few of these. So I'm going to keep a list here of how many we get. So CF. So this is going to be like D2. There we go. And that's also 4. Yep. Let's go with D7. Okay, so I think that needs to be 4 as well. Cool. Okay, so now we go to D9. I think that's going to be 4 as well. Yep, still 4. Okay, and that's, where's that at the moment? That's here. So let's go for DC. Oh, so DC. There we go. So 4. Still kind of fine. I think it's going to start changing in a second though. I think the next one will probably change once we get too far away from a surface. I want to actually make the laser a bit different. Can always tweak these later as well. So hey, that's an abusive listen. All right, good night, Sean. I'll allow it. I'll allow it because it's Sean. My son is allowed to do maybe a little bit more than most of you, within reason. Yeah, so I'm going to change at this point. I'm going to change it to a 5. You see, now it's going through the scenery. So actually, I'm going to do the last one as 5 as well, because we're going to have to do some clever stuff here to move this. but I'll explain how that's going to work in a minute. Well, I'll tell you now. Basically, what we're going to do is for when the laser gets to these positions, we're going to have an offset for the last laser piece. So the very last laser piece, in most cases, it will just be 0, 0. So like all those fours across the top will be 0, 0. So if we look at where was it? This one here. So this will just stay as 0, 0. That will stay as 0, 0 because we don't want this last piece to move at all. uh, thanks for the bits, Andy. I can adopt you if you want, Andy. Yeah, and so on. And what will happen is as we reach sprites that start going into the background, the last sprite will be shifted up, so it will overlap with the sprite that already exists here. But hopefully in a way that it's kind of disguised, because you can see the pattern is just repeats all the way down. So if I move it to the right position, it will kind of stop right on the edge. So say this is going to be a slow process. It's not going to be a quick process, but the end result will be decent. So we've got 6 fours. What do you mean the other way around? Oh, does age matter? That's a good point, actually. Is it possible to adopt somebody older than you? Hmm, good point. Good point. I have no idea. Thank you for the follow. I've not got my proper screen on. Let me just make this so I can see it. There we go. Thank you for FC Den Haag. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for the extra bits as well, there, Andy. Let's not find out. Yeah, let's not. It wouldn't be good anyway. I'd just be drunk all the time. I'd make a terrible father nowadays. And you'd just be complaining about me not comparing flags, me not getting the right flags on compares and stuff. I just wouldn't be able to deal with that. Be like, shut up, Dad. Okay, E0. Okay, that's 5. Let's do E2 or E3 even. Okay, so this definitely needs to be at least 5. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay. I mean, one other way of doing this, actually, yeah, let's go about it this way because this is going to take forever. So I've just thought of a much easier way of doing this. So I'm going to turn that back on. I'm going to put the ones in that I've already got. So fill 6, 4, and fill 6, 5 there. Fill the rest in a minute. Make this compile. So rather than keep waiting, and rather than doing these one at a time and going backwards and forth, trying to figure out what values to put where, in the kind of in the top half of the list, I can just deal with the actual list itself, the sprite list, and work through it that way while it's moving. So here it is. Here's where the things are, where they're moving, and we can see as it moves what difference it makes. So can I slow it down a little bit? Yeah, okay. we can see the values as they come along. You can see them flashing blue on here. So that one probably needs to be 06. So does that one. Yeah, cool. All right. It's like hitting that edge there. It is hitting that edge. Okay, so it needs to stop on that point. So that probably needs to be 04 then at that point. So 04 again there. And then 05, I think, on the next one. Oops. Yeah, it's a Switch game, Switch and mobile game called Cecconoid. This is C64 port of it. There you go. Andy answered the same thing here. Okay, so I think that's probably right there. It's all just about setting these values and seeing what they look like. See, I think that is actually all the way down. Oh, no. Okay, see, it's broke there. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4. 6 times 2, 2, 3, 4, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 1, and then 7. But the thing is, this is where I need to actually put special casing for 7. Because if the value is 7, then it shouldn't do anything. So thank you for the follow, Connor. Welcome. You know, so he was talking about streamer haze when they're allowed. Okay, cool. I check him in the now and then. It's also busy with work. It's to move some new flags and all those. So, oh man, that sucks. Yeah. Hey, Connor. Thank you for the follow. I hope you're doing all right. Which means I don't need that clear there now anymore. So there we go. Right. So this is 2 times 6. 4 times 4. 5 times 1. I mean, it seems stupid to put Phil, but I'm going to do it anyway. Phil 7. Okay. Yeah, it'd be good to. I like seeing the multiplayer streams. I'd like to see more of that. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, just check that this is working without crashing, and then I'll go back into the debugger. Yep, that's good. So obviously this needs doing all the way along the laser line. The offsets need doing, but then the other final thing to do is an X and a Y position for the particle effect as well, which is going to be even more painful to do. So um, I will work on this on the next stream as well. Um, but I think the concept is kind of working all right, and it's not going to be that huge a table really. Sprite count, sprite offset 2 bytes, and 2 bytes for particle effect. So it's going to be 5 bytes per thing, 447, so 235 bytes to make this laser do this. So and I think the effect is well going to be worth it. And bearing in mind we can load this code in on the fly if we need to for various areas. So okay. Right, so let's go ahead, put that back in here. Let's work on the rest of this table. See if I can finish this table before I finish for the night. I don't see why I wouldn't be able to, but it's pretty good. Let's check it coming back that way now. Okay, one more 04, then I think it's 07s. It's another 07 there. Yeah, 04. It's better. Yeah. 04, 04. Oh, there's a bit of a glitch there as it went over that. Did I put a weird number in? No, I haven't. Okay. It's just a glitch. Probably to do with the multiplexer again, I would say. Oh, you see it happened again. Oh, I think I know why that's happening. Okay. Okay, let's put these in. Okay, so 0405. So then there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sevens. No, 1, 2, 3, 4 fours. 5 sevens again. And 4 times 3. All right. Oh god, this is painful. Okay, so oh no, it shouldn't be because the XMSB is set here as well. That's weird. Let's try setting the Y pots. Now we know that we were having issues before. Let's try that instead. Okay, so we had 1 7, so this is now 5 sevens, then 4 fours, 5 sevens, 3 fours. So it's 5 4 5 3 7 4 7 4. Okay. Oh man, painful, painful, painful. But going to be worth it. And this is the thing with this game. This is going to be what happens on so many of the screens. Now, the unfortunate thing is this screen may end up being changed. Uh, wait, why is that doing that now? Wait, what? Yeah, this screen may end up being changed, so I'm gonna fight for this layout to be the same. I just wanted to see if this system works, because if this system works, it's going to be easy to adapt it. It's just like a painstaking kind of job to do. That's the only thing. Why is that? Why is that suddenly like that? What have I done here? Oh, no. Um, 10, 16, 22, 31, 34. I mean, don't know why it would suddenly be different. God, story of my life tonight. I'm not having a good night with this. Because it's 4 all the way along, then suddenly it's 3. You see? Something weird is going on. It's almost like that table's being rewritten or something. Yeah, that's suddenly stopped working. What did I change? Just copy that a sec. What did I change? All I did was change those numbers. Oh, I changed the YPOS, that's why. All right. Which means I have to put the YPOS back if I change it. Ah, okay. That's the problem here. Okay. So so I can't do that. Let me try frame instead. I am going to put those PDFs into the Google Drive as well. So for those who haven't joined Patreon but are Twitch subs, you'll have access to those PDFs as well. So if you just go to the Google Drive link after tomorrow, sometime. Uh, okay. Oh, okay. So yeah, that's fine. I just need to put the frame back at some point. So easy enough to do. Can I do it all in one loop? I can do colors here. Yeah. Okay. Uh, okay. Laser color is set there. Oh, fuck it. I'll just do another loop here. No, actually. It's really stupid, but whatever. F0, that's the frame index. Okay, so and the other thing with the Patreon as well is I'm going to upload all the Mega 65 videos there. For now, that's pretty much. That's weird. Where does it go to that sprite at that point? Oh, have I got? Oh my god! Yeah, I'm gonna put all my Mega 65 videos there. Because I'm still not entirely sure how I'm going to do that on the YouTube stuff. So the streams are always there to catch up, but I'm just going to drop them into 7175. Okay, I'm just going to drop them into the Google Drive for now, and then I'll decide if I'm going to turn them into something a bit more um, kind of YouTube worthy. I don't want to just kind of keep doing this, copy the whole stream over to YouTube. I want to make something a bit more kind of digestible. So I'll leave the full things there for patrons to give them something, and Twitch subscribers to give you guys an archive of kind of the whole stream if you want them. But for YouTube, I might start trimming them down, particularly if they're worthy of being trimmed down. So if they're the kind of tutorial type things, then I'll do that. Because what I've realized is recently I'm just basically uploading 2 hours of me drawing maps, which is not that interesting. So I kind of want to avoid that and do this properly. So Setai, wow. Steps and SP really know their games. Oh, did it? Fair enough. I don't know why it turns into that at that side of the screen, but it does. It's strange. Okay, but that's kind of working now. So let's finish this off in the debugger. Hopefully, it won't display that weird pattern on that side of the screen once I get them. Your lag is only 1 second. So, oh, maybe it's the laptop then. It's crazy that you guys are so quick that that actually matters. Like for me, it wouldn't matter. Don't log out. Twitch is buggered again. Oh, okay. Who's shocked? I can't say I am. See, it gets to this point and then it goes weird. Just watching through as it goes, moves through here. Oh, it's when it does 3. When it shows 3, it starts looking weird on that end. So it should never be 3. Okay. Don't know why that is the case, so we need to fix that. So it says advertising on the right. What do you mean? Oh, I see what you're saying. I think we're getting there now. Even the right color, yeah. So that could probably be a bit earlier. 5. Yeah, looks good. Enough 5. Let's do 4. Watching that value move all the way. Still flashing 1 extra value at the end there. Is it that one there? I don't know why it's failing when it goes to 0.3. That's really strange. Yeah, it's fine though now. But there we go. We have a laser that's avoiding all the scenery now as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's that one there. 2, 3, 4. Something there. 5. Something there. So that needs to change to that. 5 and 2 7s. 1, 2, 3. 3 6s. 5 times 3. 4 times 3. Yeah, cool. So that is actually 5, and then it's 4 more rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, which are 2, 3, 3, 3. And this is 7, 6, 5, 4. I have no idea why 3 is causing an issue, but so it would be, it'd be 3 in here. I mean, it shouldn't do, but it does seem to be something to do with the frame. Okay, it's weird. Should be fine. Yeah, licensing. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I don't know why that would be different, but it's, for some reason, if it's only 3 long, then it goes all weird. But it never is 3 long. So, all right. Hopefully, this should just work. And then on the next stream, we'll add particle effects into that laser and positioning. Um, how detailed I go about it, I don't know. It doesn't really matter too much at this point because it's likely to change. But just having the system in place is the key thing here. But yeah, there we go. As you can see, there's a little bit of overlap. That's where the offset will shift it. But otherwise, this is fine. In fact, that's pretty decent, I would say. I'm actually going to I'm just going to nudge it down 1 pixel on each of these, um, just so it matches up a little bit better with the bottom. Um, but I think that's it for tonight. We'll go and find someone to raid. Thanks for joining along tonight, everyone. Really good. Let's go and raid Hungry. Hungry's on. What's she playing? Not sure what that is. Not sure what that is. Let's quickly check this out, see how it looks. Yeah, it's just a little bit close. Oh no, see, it goes wrong towards the end as well. So there is something weird on the end of it. So we'll figure out what the hell is that's doing on the next stream. For now, it's absolutely fine. This will do perfectly. And let's just go Red Hungry. It's some kind of RPG. It looks like let's say, I don't know what that is actually. This looks nice, whatever it is. I don't know if it's a modern one or not. Cool. All right. So yeah, next stream is on Saturday. We will do the competition results. So please get your entries in, as Andy says. We're up to about 10 entries, I think, now. So well, I'll announce the results on the night. I'll also announce the exact rules for the next competition. You pretty much know what it's going to be. It's just going to be make a Mega 65 game in 45 GSO2. And then around about midnight, once the results have been announced and the winner announced, I'll switch over to doing Mega 65, and I'll do a quick tutorial on how to compile and get it to run in the emulator, and which kind of kick assembler version to use and stuff. Yeah, it glitches in both directions now. You can see it glitches on both directions. I'll sort it out on the next stream. It's fine. Um, but yeah, that's what we'll do on the next stream after midnight. We'll do the Mega 65 kind of beginner's guide, if you like, which hopefully should give you all something to kind of start with, and then it's up to you what you do from there. All right, thanks guys. Take care. Been good as ever. Praise be the spiral and all that. And I shall see you on Saturday. Cheerio.